Hi everyone, Kids Edition today. So I've been thinking a lot about all of you that are doing homeschooling and getting your kids moving during homeschooling. You know, my dad used to tell us that he had to walk 10 miles in the snow barefoot just to get to school. And then I tell my kids all the time, Grandma and Grandpa used to make us walk a mile home every day after school. And I think about what my kids will tell their kids, and they'll say, yeah, Mama tried to get us to walk to school, and we would just lay down in the street and say, no way. And then she finally just gave up and we drove to school, because that's the truth. I tried, but I couldn't get them to walk to school. It's hard before 8:05. But anyway, the important part of all of this is moving before we do the academics. So back when I was a kindergarten teacher, I also was an instructor at TJ's gym, and I taught their CrossFit Kids program. Hi, TJ and Allison. Thanks for everything I learned from you. And in that, I realized quickly that my kids in my kindergarten class needed those movements before I could expect academics from them. They needed to move and kind of get their wiggles out, but also wake up their body in that process. And even more so in my research with kids' fitness, I realized how important the midline is and how connecting each side of the brain is in child development and in academics and learning. Fast forward to now with my own kids and seeing them grow. They're 4 and 5 now, but before, when they were younger, asking them to cross the midline, so going across the midline of your body, I saw how developmental it truly was. When I asked my 3-year-old at the time to cross the midline, this was his example of crossing the midline, because developmentally he wasn't there yet. And all the research shows being able to cross the midline is tied to reading and writing and whatnot. And so that's important, but it's also important to wake up and connect the left and right side of our bodies. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about some things that you can do to work with your child on crossing the midline. I highly encourage you, before sitting down for your homeschooling period, to get them moving in some kind of fitness. So whether it's watching a video online and having them follow it, going for a walk, ride bikes, run up and down the stairs, have a dance party, do something to wake up their body, get them moving before you expect them to sit down and focus. Even more so when you're teaching the heavy academics of reading and writing, even in the older grades, getting that body connected of crossing the midline is super important. So you can do any of these movements and then throw in things like burpees or lunges or squats or any other fitness move to keep them moving, but really tying in the midline here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is just simple. It's something we all know. It's windmills. So just connecting one hand to the other foot. That's crossing the midline. Same as reaching across the sky. You're crossing the midline here. Okay, so you're looking for them to reach across. And it will be very interesting for some of you with 3 and 4-year-olds if they're able to do this. Developmentally, probably not. But it's a nice little science experiment. And it's still important to get them moving before you expect them to sit for the day. Another one is sitting down and reaching for the opposite toes. So just reaching across. Doing jackknives, so you're twisting your body. Same with doing bicycles, so laying down, going to the opposite knee. Doing bicycles, you're crossing the midline there. You can also take a piece of paper with the number 8 on it, like this one has, if you can see it, and have them trace across it. You could have them take a crayon and trace it, do stamps and trace it, put some objects on top, so especially the younger ones feel it, put like some noodles across, or have them put some noodles across. An art project could be that you take an 8, you have them glue down the noodles, and then the next day you're using that to feel the momentum, feel the movement of making that cross across. Another one, and I'll show you in a second, but on the floor, I did an 8 on the floor. So just walking across the 8 and having them cross the midline that way. So you can see it, I kind of made it out of ribbon there. Oops. Of course, all of this is super important to, there we go. All of this is also super important to keep moving and take little breaks during homeschooling to do one of these activities or just go run outside. It's too hard for our little kids to sit for a really long period of time. So having them move, giving them these breaks, but also focusing on where the midline is and having them cross it are all really good things for them. If you are interested in workout videos specifically for kids, let me know. I can definitely do them. My kids do my workouts with me. I don't think that they're too advanced. I think they actually kick my butt when they do my workouts with me. But if you want things specifically for kids, let me know. Okay.